makes my face look round and fat. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mohita and I make food and book related videos on this channel, and I will continue to do so even if I take month-long breaks sometimes. So today's video is like a mix of some of the recent questions that you have been asking me, especially the name change of my channel, where I've been for the past month. I'm also going to combine this video with 3 book recommendations. So the way that I'm going to go about this is I'm going to answer the first question and then talk about the first book that I have in my mind, answer the second question, recommend the second book, answer the third question, and then recommend the third and final book. And I'm pretty sure that I could have explained this in fewer words if I had thought this through. Without further ado, let me answer the very first question that you have been bombarding my channel with on community posts, on Instagram, below my videos, and I am so very grateful and happy you're so invested and interested in my channel. If you are new to this channel, my previous name was Curls, Books and Bites. Apparently people loved it. Reason why I changed the name of my channel is multifold really. हुआ ऐसे ना कि जब मैंने ये channel खोला था, that was like about 1.5 years back, I actually came up with this name for my Instagram account. After 2 months or so अपना YouTube channel भी खोल दिया था. तब मेरे दिमाग में इतना नहीं था कि मैं इतने रेगुलरली वीडियोस बनाऊंगी और विद इन लाइक अ ईयर एंड हाफ द चैनल विल रीच लाइक 1 लाख सब्सक्राइबर्स. जब चैनल पिकअप होने लगा तो मुझे समझ में आने लगा यार, कर्ल्स बुक्स एंड बाइट्स, आई एम ग्लैड दैट सो मैनी ऑफ यू लाइक द नेम, बट टू बी ऑनेस्ट इट वॉजंट वर्किंग टेक्निकली फॉर मी बिकॉज एक तो इट्स वेरी हार्ड टू रिमेंबर, इट्स हार्ड टू से, इट्स हार्ड टू रेप्लिकेट. मतलब मैं अगर किसी को बोलती थी कि भैया मेरे चैनल का नाम कर्ल्स बुक्स एंड बाइट्स है तो मुझे स्पेल आउट करना पड़ता था. एंड सेकेंडली व्हेन आई केम अप विद दिस चैनल नेम अ ईयर एंड अ हाफ बैक, आई वाज इन ए very different state of mind. I was in a very different phase both mentally and physically, but it was time to evolve. और ये नाम चेंज करने से पहले मैंने और 2-3 आइडियाज़ भी सोच के रखे थे. मैंने सोचा था अच्छा अपना खुद का नाम नहीं रखती, कुछ और ट्राई कर देते हैं जिसके ऊपर से कंटेंट पता चले कि भैया मेरे चैनल पे कंटेंट किस तरह का है, क्या है, इसका एक अंदाज़ा आ जाए. बट then I realized, what if I get tired of that name, and then I don't like that name anymore either. And that just, you know, made me draw this conclusion that if there was one name that I was never going to get tired of, that was my own. तो फिर मैंने सोचा चलो मोहिता नामजोशी रख ही देते हैं. And that is how and that is why I changed the name of my channel, and I'm really sorry if I disappointed so many of you who loved Curls, Books and Bites. Now, moving on to the first book that I want to talk about. Oh gosh, wait, let me just pull it out from my new bookshelf. By the way, this is the newest addition to my house and I am so happy for it. The first book that I absolutely and wholeheartedly want to recommend is the most recent one. I just finished this one yesterday. It is called Kitchen by Banana Yoshimoto, and let me tell you, I am so what's the word, banal that the reason why I picked up this book was A, because of the name of the author, Banana Yoshimoto, and of course because of the beautiful cover. The very first reason why you need to pick this up really soon, and especially if you're a beginner and if you haven't read a whole lot of books, is because it's very tiny. I think this book is 150 pages long. It is so tiny and it is also spaced out. मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि text बहुत छोटू सा है. The Kitchen has 2 short stories and both are unrelated and both are absolutely beautiful. There is so much poignancy in this short little book. To me, Kitchen was as terrifying as it was beautiful because these 2 stories deal with the loss of a loved one, of falling in love, and also moving on after you have lost a loved one. It saddened me, but at the same time it was warm and it's also hopeful. Like, it's not depressing, it's sad but it's hopeful. Suffice it to say that I was so moved by this book that I quickly took my phone and messaged my husband telling him how much I loved him. That is how much I was touched by Kitchen by Banana Yoshimoto. By the way, if you wish to purchase any of the 3 books that I'm going to mention in the video, make sure that you use my Amazon affiliate links that I've mentioned in the description box. They will not cost you anything extra, they will just offer me a tiny bit of kickback that helps me support this channel. Coming to the second question that you guys have been asking me of where am I? Why I have not been uploading videos so regularly. When I went on a break, I did not think that I would go on a month-long break. So मेरा ऐसा हो गया था ना यार कि मैं वीडियो के ऊपर वीडियो डाल तो रही थी, बट कहीं ना कहीं ऐसे मशीन सा लगने लगा था. थोड़ा सा क्रिएटिव फटीग आ गया था. आई एक्चुअली सैट डाउन टू एडिट अ वीडियो एंड नथिंग वाज हैपनिंग. लाइक माय ब्रेन वुडंट फंक्शन. 1 लाख सब्सक्राइबर्स इतने जल्दी होंगे ऐसे मुझे लगा नहीं था. तो बिफोर आई न्यू इट वाज लाइक my YouTube channel became bigger than me. और मेरी सारी like 24 hours of the day I was only thinking of YouTube और मेरा बहुत जल्दी से burnout चालू हो गया था. So I was like, okay, I think I need to take a step back and I need to have my old perspective of why I started my YouTube channel in the first place. मेरा ना थोड़ा vision हट गया था, like मेरा purpose हट गया था. The whole purpose of this channel was for me to do something creative other than my profession. मेरे दिमाग में सारे numbers घूमने लगे कि मतलब यार अरे इस महीने में इतने subscribers आए थे तो ये महीने में इतने कम क्यों आए, ये वाले वीडियो को ना एक दिन के अंदर इतने व्यूज़ आए थे तो दूसरे वीडियो को क्यों नहीं आ रहे. और ये पूरा नंबर गेम चल रहा था मेरे दिमाग में एंड इट वॉज नॉट एट ऑल हेल्दी. मैं एक एक्सपेक्टेशन पूरा करने की कोशिश करी थी एंड उसके वजह से मेरा बर्नआउट स्टार्ट हो गया. आई वॉज नॉट एन्जॉइंग द प्रोसेस. इट वॉज बिकमिंग वेरी टीडियस एंड बोरिंग और बहुत ज़्यादा काम लगने लगा था इंस्टेड ऑफ एन्जॉयमेंट. तो दैट इज़ वाई आई टुक अ ब्रेक एंड आई हैड नॉट डिसाइडेड एट फर्स्ट कि मैं एक मंथ लॉन्ग ब्रेक लूँगी. मैंने बस यही सोचा था जब तक मेरा मन नहीं कर रहा कि चलो अभी एडिटिंग को बैठते हैं या अभी शूट करने को बैठते हैं तब तक मैं नहीं करूँगी. एंड दैट वाज दैट. थैंक यू फॉर आस्किंग आफ्टर मी. आई एम डूइंग फाइन. आई एम नॉट सिक. आई एम नॉट इल. Touch wood. And you can also expect such breaks in the future because that is the way I function. The second two books that I am going to recommend are audiobooks. So both of these I listen to on Storytel and I recommend that you listen to the audiobooks too instead of the physical copies because the audiobooks are charming. Like they are magic. They really bring the characters out to life in both the books. So the second book that I am going to recommend is called Once Upon a River by Diane Setterfield. And this is a recent release. This came out in January and I listened to it and it has been narrated by Juliet Stevenson, whom I am majorly crushing on right now, and her voice is the only thing that is in my head for the last couple of months. As a voiceover artist myself, इसमें मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा interest है because it definitely matters to my profession. I get to learn a lot from really good and talented voice actors through audiobooks. The central plotline of this book revolves around a dead 4-year-old girl who is brought to an inn at an ungodly hour by a grotesquely injured man. The man collapses and the girl somehow comes back to life after a couple of hours. And from there on our story begins, and the storytelling capacity of Diane Setterfield is, I cannot even put that in words. The flow, the pacing, the characters, everything is so beautiful. The deeper you go into the story, the more you start connecting with these characters and you really care for them. And what makes this story brilliant is the time period that it takes place in. As for the genre, I think this one falls under the mystery category. It has a little something of appeal for all kinds of readers. Social issues, mental health, romance, medical science, a little bit of fantasy, magical realism. It's really like a package deal and it's not at all messy, it's not at all cumbersome. The story is at the same time very easy to follow. I don't have a physical copy of this book, but I have loved this so much that I definitely want one for myself, and I strongly suggest that you go for the audiobook. I have left my 30-day trial Storytel code in the description box below. This is not a sponsored video, but the last time I worked with Storytel, they gave me this code, so I am just asking you to use it. The third question is something that I just want to talk about. It's not a question that any of you really asked me, but it's kind of a mini announcement that I want to make. Moving forward, you will definitely see a shift in the kind of content that I'm producing. I do not want this channel to be an industry of food blogs. As I told you, I lost my vision somewhere and I started realizing that I was becoming more of a food reviewer than a food explorer. That is a train that I do not want to board. So moving forward, you will see a shift in my content. I think what you can expect is some different kind of food vlogs from me, or more of travel vlogs. I will also be increasing book related content on this channel because that makes me truly happy. It's just so fulfilling to talk about books. तो अभी तक का जो content है उस हिसाब का content तो रहेगा ही, but I will add a few other elements to the channel also. And the third and final book that I want to recommend for today is 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This one is written by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Oh my god, a phenomenal book again that I listened to. The performances of the voice artists in this audiobook just take this book to a whole new level, although I think that I would have enjoyed reading this book as much as I enjoyed listening to it. If you have an interest in reading, then chances are you've already heard about this book, because this book has been floating around BookTube for a very long time now, and I joined the party slightly late. I picked up this book much later than most of the reader community on YouTube did, but der I durasnai, I'm so glad that I did finally pick this one up. Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo revolves around this particular actress's life. Evelyn Hugo in her time used to be a very phenomenal, extremely famous actress, and she has like a massive crazy fan following and also a lot of scandal around her because she has had 7 husbands. In this book you get to read about the life and times of Evelyn Hugo when she was the #1 star at the box office and who is now 80 years old. It has been many years that she has completely disappeared from the entertainment industry, and now she is finally ready to tell her story. This book is set in an interview format where Evelyn Hugo has decided to reveal all of her life secrets. Even at the age of 80, Evelyn is a force to be recognized. The story of every single husband is it's interesting, it's believable. Everything about this book is so charming, it's atmospheric, it gives you that whole black and white wala era. Taylor Jenkins Reid is a brilliant writer. The only one part where I could not relate to it very well was the interviewer's life. So the interviewer herself draws a lot of inspiration from Evelyn Hugo and her story and her personality, and she decides to be a stronger person than she is after listening to the entire story of Evelyn Hugo unfold. There is like a sub-parallel story of the interviewer going on in the background where she is facing some troubles in marriage, but I could not sympathize all that much with the interviewer and her personal problems because they were completely avoidable. Just a little bit of discussion and foresight on her and her husband's part could have avoided all the problems that she was facing in her marriage. But other than that, Evelyn Hugo is such an entertaining book. The book explores gender roles, entertainment, also the kind of sacrifices that you have to make, both in terms of hurting yourself and hurting others. It really brings into limelight an actor's life, especially when it comes to developing a thick skin, or sometimes when you have to raise yourself up by bringing somebody else down. And Evelyn Hugo is all of that. Evelyn Hugo is like your anti-hero. And with that, I am going to end my Q&A and also the 3 recommendations for the day, and I will see you again when I see you again. So until next time, bye. Oh, go follow me on Instagram. Bye.